today I'm joined by Daniel Skermer, the founder of PA Forum and the West Midlands PA Awards. So I just want to say a big welcome to Dan and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Mel.
No problem. So just to start off, could you just give us a quick introduction to the PA Forum and the importance of it?
Yeah, so the PA Forum started, we're into our fourth year now. The reason we started in Birmingham was because we saw that London and Manchester have a massive following for PA community with learning and development opportunities, awards ceremonies, and there wasn't really anything for personal and executive assistants to socialize, network with each other, learn from each other and build their contact bases together. So we launched back in 2016 in Birmingham.
Amazing, and it's been such a success and it's been so lovely. So for those who don't know, I've actually known Dan for quite some time, so it's been so lovely watching it all grow. And that's actually leading on to my next question, which is how have you grown the forum, because it really has grown from, built strength to strength.
Yeah, I don't think I ever expected it to be where it is today. When I started off, I was a typical sales manager for a venue working for a brand new hotel in Birmingham. And I wanted to tell everybody that it opened and all the fantastic things we had. So I just took my goodie bags, trotted around Birmingham, went into all the big corporates like PwC, Pinsent Masons, GVA, all those different companies, asking who do I need to talk to about meetings and events and accommodation. And all the receptionists would always say, give you the compliment slip, or they'd give you, I'll get one of the PAs to come down and talk to you. And just by talking to them and getting to know them, I just realised that there wasn't really anything in Birmingham for them to do. So I contacted the national associations, the national institutions, and everyone was very busy and obviously had different areas running. And I realised that this was something that we could potentially do in Birmingham. I'm not a PA. I never have been. And I don't pretend to understand the trials and tribulations they go through. But when I got 15 of them together in a room, I said, look, I really want to do this. Would you love to do it with me? And over a glass of Prosecco or two, we kind of said, well, why don't we call it the PA Forum? Everyone went away, and then we all came. I emailed them the next day and said, no, shall we actually do this? And those 15 ladies are still with me today. And I basically facilitate everything that they want from the forum. So we engage a lot with members. Our first ever session was a LinkedIn session all about creating your personal brand and profile. We had 40 PAs come to that. Then all of a sudden, the next event, we had 100 PAs come to that because the word just spread like wildfire. And we had Liz Taylor with us, she organised Gary Barlow's wedding. So she was telling us all about venue decor for Christmas parties, for example. That was a really well attended event. And then we had motivational speakers from PAs that had, there was one lady, she was a PA for a big logistics company, and then she ended up buying the company and turning it into a multi-million-pound business. So she was a really inspirational and motivational speaker. And then it's just grown and grown from there, really.
Oh, it's just amazing. And so from that, it just absolutely sounds like events is a huge part of what you're doing. Has really helped the growth within the forum. So would you say that events is a really important element?
Yeah, I think PAs in particular, their bosses would probably see them as a majoritively office-based role for them to be able to support the business, which is true, but that doesn't mean that they can't go out networking and they can't add value to either their role or the company. A lot of our members have gone out, networked, met other PAs or executive assistants in other businesses, and those businesses are now doing business with each other. And it's really important, they are the first point of call that people would come to if they need to know information, if they wanted a speaker for an event, if they wanted to put an event on, if they wanted them to find them the perfect place for them to go and eat or have dinner, they would be the people that they would pull on. And so keeping up their resources and information is just so important. So that's why networking was quite alien to them. A lot of, we go to a lot of venues and they'll say, have you got a business card? Well, PAs don't normally have business cards. Some do, not everybody does, but that just goes to show that, they don't expect them to go out networking all the time. But it's definitely something that's changing. You can feel that changing in Birmingham and around the West Midlands. And I'd like to think that that's because we've been able to contribute towards that in some way.
Yeah, that's amazing. And literally the majority of everything that you do, it's all about upskilling and, increasing knowledge, especially local knowledge. And everyone knows that PAs, they are who you need to be friends with. They get everything done. Always
Well,
say
we work really closely with the PA Guide to Birmingham, and Una runs a fantastic platform, which is great for venues. If you're a venue or if you're a restaurant or a bar in Birmingham, you need to be on this platform. And it's a big resource for PAs to be able to go on and be able to find, a recommended restaurant from another PA, ones that have been tried and tested and had feedback, and it's a really, really good tool. So we complement each other quite well, because PA Forum focus on a lot of the learning and development and networking and the award side of things, but working with Una, she really does. She does a lot of social events in a lot of bars and restaurants in and around Birmingham, and we get on so well. We started around the same time, and she's just an absolute inspiration as well to work with. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at the PA Guide site as well.
amazing. So with obviously the current situation that we find ourselves in today, what is it that you and your 15 fantastic team are doing to keep engagement up with the community?
We were kind of at a really good stage of the year this year, because we launched Coventry Warwickshire PA Forum last year, which has been really successful. We had a launch party booked at the Grand in Wolverhampton for the Wolverhampton and Black Country PA Forum, which is a new one that we were launching. We've also launched the Virtual Assistant Forum, and we were working with venues that were offered shared working spaces, and we had a party booked at the Alchemist, so we had to cancel that. We had to cancel the Wolverhampton event. The West Midlands PA Awards is, still penciled in for the 17th of July, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. And we also have our Learning and Development Conference, which was confirmed at the Burlington for the 28th and the 29th of September. And everything has just been obviously put on hold. But it's understandable. These are times that people need to take back. They need to, reflect and be there for their families and, their friends and but also for each other at work. We're holding these Zoom sessions 2 or 3 times a week with some of our members, and we get on average 20 to 25 PAs join us every day. And we've had an inspirational, motivational speaker on with us, which has been great to be able to keep everybody engaged as much as possible. And it's been emotional, because people have, some people have lost their jobs, unfortunately. Some people have been made furloughed. Some people are still working. But to see the community come together and to see them talking to each other and sharing ideas and sharing best practice and sharing learning opportunities that are available during this time has just been absolutely fantastic. And we just did an insights discovery session, which is all about your colours and your personality. And I'm very much a yellow. I wouldn't like to say I'm extroverted, but I'm out there. And, one of the things, it just re-lit a fire under me again, and thought to myself, if there's anything that you can do at the moment, it is to be there for people and to be able to offer them something that hopefully they'll remember during this time and think, that's something that helped me get through this. And if it's even the smallest thing that we can do to help and support them, then I'll definitely try to do it.
Oh, that's amazing. You are definitely a yellow.
And you.
I know. Pair of yellows. So what changes can you see in the future coming from the current situation and really sticking, like really changing the way we work or communicate, or new trends? What can you kind of see coming our way?
It's a bit of a two-pronged thing. I mean, a lot of people know my full-time role is a sales manager for a venue. I am worried that, what will the events industry look like after this? Will these huge events that people organise happen? Will they be the last thing that go on? Will there be a massive increase in smaller meetings where people can social distance? Will people appreciate more the face-to-face element of things rather than take it for granted? I think virtually it's great to be able to offer things like this, but this still doesn't beat the face-to-face interaction with people.
Yeah,
And you can build relationships, obviously with people by continuous communication, and being there to support them. But there's nothing like, how will we ever do things like site visits again and things like that? But these are all what ifs and buts and questions that when no one knows the answer to that yet. I was worried because I said to some of the PAs, how do you feel going back to restaurants and bars? And some of them, pretty much put their order in with me and said, right, I want this off the menu, that drink, blah, blah, blah. And that's great. But there will be, I think, a lot of reluctance in the footies, particularly this year, I think, unfortunately, where people will naturally feel a bit nervous, I think, which is a shame. But we will get through this, and it's just a case of, it's a matter of time, and it's a horrible situation that we're all going through. But we will get through this in the end, I think.
yeah,
And networking events, I am going to try to organise some and try to bring people back together, because I think I do want to also do the awards this year, whether that be in a different environment, whether it be a lunchtime event rather than a big full-on evening event. I want to do it this year because I think people need to have something to look forward to.
yeah,
And I think, we can go on postponing things for as long as we like, but, we do need to try and get back to normality sometime in life, whatever normal will be.
yeah, absolutely. And that's where a lot of companies are, taking on the virtual. I know that we do really thrive and need that face-to-face contact, but that's where a lot of companies are saying, do you know what, we're not missing out on this, and yeah, we'll do it again and face-to-face when we can, but let's for now carry on and use virtual technology. And that's where I think people are really growing as well.
Yeah, and I think things like this that you're doing is great because there are a lot of people in the events industry that are furloughed at the moment, and hearing from various different people about whether you are on furlough or not on furlough, and just hearing postponed is the word that a lot of people are using rather than cancelled. I think that's quite positive because it doesn't mean that that's gone away. It's going to be there,
Yeah,
hopefully in the future. It's just a case of just a huge, massive waiting game.
yeah, but it's to keep us safe, so we have to just
Absolutely, absolutely, honey.
use our time
Positivity.
wisely.
But Mel, you did an amazing job. Mel was our event manager for our first ever award ceremony, for the PA Awards, and she was absolutely awesome.
Thanks,
Highly
Dad.
recommended, lady. Highly recommended.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, did an absolutely cracking job for us. It was our first year. I am typically, this is my idea, and this is where I want to get to, and I don't think about any of that in the middle. But Mel literally guided me through everything, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for you. So thank you
Oh,
so
I
much
loved
for
it.
helping me.
We need to do another one soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I just loved it. That was, I think, one of my favourite events that
Oh, bless
I've
you.
had. I
Thank
just loved it.
you. Oh, it
Loved
was just great. I just ended up having lots more to drink and not having much to worry about at all because I knew you were on it.
Yeah, I was there. Like, get you on stage. Oh, it was
Oh,
great
no.
fun. I loved it, and it was a fantastic night. And if anyone can get any tickets to the West Midlands PA Awards night when it's back up and running, definitely go. It's always brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, lovely.
Well, thank you so much, Dan, and
No, you're welcome.
hope to speak to you again soon.
Yes, and you, lovely. You take care and hi to all the team at Sheer Edge for me.
Hi to all the PA Forum team.
No
Thank
worries,
you.
lovely. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.